Inside today's news video, we're talking about a new Rec Room update, how Maker AI released because of this new Rec Room update for Rec Room Plus members, and a whole bunch of creator announcements that we're going to be talking about. So stay tuned, strap in, and let's get started with all the recent news in today's video. Now yes, that's right, you heard me in the intro. Maker AI is finally out now. If you're a paying Rec Room Plus subscriber inside of Rec Room, you have access to Rec Room's first ever Maker Pen AI. You can usually find this AI by going into the actual Create menu and then finding your dorms and being able to make a Maker AI generated dorm room. Rec Room released a how-to Maker Pen video on the Maker AI in case you guys find yourselves interested. And yes, if you have Rec Room Plus in Rec Room, you can now use Maker AI. If Maker AI tempts you to ever get Rec Room Plus though, use your brother's code, come on now. We'd greatly appreciate it if you guys use my code whenever buying Rec Room Plus. Maker AI has been talk of the town for a little while now, and depending on your stance against AI, you may or may not like it. In my opinion, I think it's a pretty fun tool to use and hang out with and kind of just mess around with. I didn't find myself seriously building anything or making anything with it, to be honest with you. It's just another cool feature, but it really just doesn't feel necessary, in my opinion. But I'm not making rooms with this Maker AI. What are your guys' thoughts? Be sure to let me know. In brighter news though, we did actually receive a new Rec Room update. Inside this new Rec Room update called the Appendage Collision Edition, we got this TLDR. Tomorrow, Rec Room is going to be launching the mobile Maker Pen. We'll talk more about that later. There's new props and invention search that is now available in Rooms 2, and there's no more competitive disadvantage for full body avatar players in PvP. They disabled Appendage Collision for full body avatars, basically. For Rooms 2, several props are now available in Rooms 2, these props being the bell, marker, eraser, bottle, water, disc, coffee mug, coffee pot, etc. You can now search for inventions in Rooms 2. They fixed some issues that led to desynced object positions, and lastly, they fixed an issue where a compound object could have different authorities for different parts of its hierarchy. Now for avatars, which is a pretty exciting part of this update, to be honest with you, there's new eye, eyebrows, and mouth sprites that have been added. If you guys do decide to actually go to the eyes and stuff, don't mind my face without the glasses, but you guys will actually find these new eyes, as you guys can see. They're a whole lot expressive in my opinion, and I like them a lot, just these 4 new ones. We also received some new eyebrows as well. As you guys can see, we have this eyebrow now, and we also have these eyebrows now. We have this grinning mouth. We now also have this kind of smug mouth too. And yeah, there's just new emotions inside of Rec Room now. This is so weird. Look at my face, bro. I kind of like it. I kind of mess with, I don't know. Anyways, continuing on to the avatars update though, they did allow full body avatar players to now play paintball, laser tag, and etc. with no competitive disadvantage compared to being avatars. They turn off collisions on your arms, legs, and feet. Now, arms and wrists would sometimes get twisted as you viewed your avatar, but there's no more of that as well. And that was all for avatars. Now for mobile Maker Pen. Later this week, Rec Room plans on launching a new beta version of their Maker Pen on mobile devices, designed to make creation more approachable, delightful, and streamlined. They're allowing you to focus your attention on the creative process and less on the mechanics of the tool menu navigation. This is just the first release, and they're still working on simplifying more of the Maker Pen features, but they wanted to prioritize what was used most, like the movement and palette tools for the first version. You can also toggle back to the classic Maker Pen anytime, and be sure to let Rec Room know what you think on the creator forum. So it's just like a simpler Maker Pen, pretty much. We need some simpler CV2. That's what we need. Anyways though, for circuits, they did add a ranged hit player new event in beta for both ranged weapon boards and the player board. This event is better than the old version at reliably detecting player hits in multiplayer context. With this version, you should no longer need to network between players for reliable hit detection. This will fire for all players if either the players are getting hit or the player firing the gun detects that a projectile hits somebody. They also added a new global projectile hit player event in beta that uses the same system as the above new event. The Rec Room's object set authority chip will no longer error if the target object is held, but the input authority is the same as the current authority, resulting in no change. For general improvements and bug fixes, they improved the visibility of your rooms by highlighting their beta and updated status in the watch menu, added indicators and warnings for beta content and inventions, tweaked some of the depth control settings for place, opening and closing your watch won't cause it to reset back to the widget watch home. Oculus Quest will now display a splash screen when loading to the title screen. Players will now spend less time staring into the void, and they also fixed an issue with the bowling ball consistently making the rolling sound. They fixed the trail event on several explosive explosive weapons to only be active when thrown, and lastly, removed the title background from store items to make the thumbnail pop out more. And for our split test, screen players can now give a held object and let another player take it without throwing it on the ground. It gets the job done, and you can look for it in the gesture menu. And that's all that is inside this new Rec Room update. It doesn't talk about the release of Maker AI, but Maker AI is inside the game, you can trust me. And these new faces, I mean, they're more expressive, but I'm not used to this, man. I know this whole video has been inside the dorm room, I'm sorry, but I gotta get this video out. Anyways though, for our creator announcements, Rec Room decided to say this. This month, they rolled out changes to room rewards to help creators earn for their work. And it's making a big impact. 800 plus rooms are earning room rewards this month, and that means over 300 more rooms are receiving rewards today. These changes are part of their ongoing effort to make sure Rec Room rewards go to creators who are building engaging high-quality rooms and de-incentivizing low-effort rooms that aren't bringing real value. We're continuing to improve how we identify and reward great content, and we'll be sharing more updates soon as we continue to refine the program. Just a small note though, the commerce room rewards were accidentally sent with the label engagement. If you received 2 engagement rewards, it is because the first was commerce. And then they also had a Rec Room Research Lab survey that you could participate in for a little short time, which was about like a day or two. And basically their goal was to understand what you create and how you bring your ideas to life. Though it's already over, but if you are inside of Rec Room Research Lab, then there actually is a new survey you should be seeing inside your emails. Look in my cold dead eyes. You're gonna do those Research Lab surveys, alright? Alright? but after this video. Anyways though, Chase, a Rec Room employee, then came on to say this. Hey everyone, I made a mistake in my room rewards blog post last week and I wanted to clarify one of the requirements. If the average visit is between 10 to 15 minutes, rooms must also meet at least one of the following. At least 2% of visitors spend tokens in the room or earn an average of 1 token per visit. Initially, my blog said a room would need to meet both of these requirements, however, the requirements I tested only required one of those to be true. I apologize for the mistake and any confusion caused by this one. And of course, that's why I'm here to talk about it, so in case you guys didn't catch that room rewards, there you go. I love you. Oh man. I can't ever take my eyes off you. Oh! Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the video. I have memberships to shout out, and of course, if you don't know, people that decide to join my channel memberships get shouted out in every single video along with sneak peeks and all that juicy stuff. So let's get started, why don't we? Of course, massive shout out to Misha, Nat the Pup, Toms, Cam VR, Blade VR, KobeFan76, Cam, Dex Storm, Statrix, Names Unlisted, Phyllis Arts, Nolan, Dragon Boy, Garlic Bread, It's Freddy RR, Dozer, BBB Burning Owl, Raphael, Netflix69, and of course, Box David. Thank you for supporting, and of course, people, let's end off this video. And that was everything inside of Rec Room right now. To be honest, everything just dropped right now, so this new update's new, the creator announcements is new, and everybody experimenting with Maker AI is new. So like developer talk and people just basically talking and learning more about these new features are still kind of not really out yet. In the following days, maybe I'll have more Rec Room news, but at the moment, this is pretty much everything. Thank you guys all so much for the love and support on the recent videos. You guys have been killing it recently, and of course, feel free to like and subscribe as I would greatly appreciate it. But that's pretty much it, and you know what? For old time's sake, bro fist.